Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. This is Jonah with Trading the Charts Pro, and guys, we're here one more video to break down the overall market, and I want to talk about the price action and how we should be looking at the price action in this upcoming week. Alright, so guys, if you have watched the last video of me breaking down the overall market, you will understand that last time we talked about the market literally running a 100% move from the bottom right down here when we crashed back in March to 4,392. That's a 100% move from the bottom, right? So basically right now we're seeing where the market has started to pull back right as price get up into this level. Am I surprised? No, I'm not surprised, guys. So what I'm looking for right here, right now, and going forward is we want to see how does this price action behave along with this trend. All right, so normally when we get a price pullback into the support, this is typically the level that price normally bounce. All right, so right here, right now, S&P 500, we're pulling down. We broke the 10 EMA sitting at the 20. I'm still looking to see some more pullback coming back down, probably even down to the 50 exponential moving average, which is roughly around the 4,250 level. All right, so when price pulls back down to this level, guys, two things is going to happen. There's only two things that technically can happen right here. We get a bounce and we continue to move in the upwards trend, or is this the point where the market literally turns around and we start breaking down? Now, if we start a breakdown after we get to the 50, we break through the 50, we cannot hold, and the market comes up, make a lower high, then guys, we're coming down to start testing these retracement level. And the first retracement level that I'm actually watching is going to be this level down here at 3,864 if we get a breakdown of the trend. But the trend hasn't been broken yet, so as it is right now, we just want to see S&P pull back to the 50 EMA, and then from there look for a bounce, and we continue to move higher. That's what we're hoping for. All right, now let's move on over to NDX. Nasdaq, guys, Nasdaq stocks are pulling back very, very hard. But let's see if we can just get a nice pullback down to the 50, back down to old resistance, becomes new support. This is at least what we're hoping for. And if that price structure, holds, then we're looking to see the Nasdaq get a bounce roughly inside this area, and we continue into the upward trend. Guys, we have to realize that the market will move up, right? One move up, pull back, move up, pull back, move up, pull back. As long as we're in an uptrend, this is what the market is going to continue to do. So as a trader, whether you're a new trader or you're an old trader, your job is to get good at identifying when price comes down to the support or the low risk level, and you execute your trade to the long side in anticipation of selling when we get these highs. All right, you cannot be buying at these highs and thinking you're gonna make money, because at some point the market is going to come up, and that's going to actually be the last high, and then the market is going to roll over, and then we're going to start heading back down, and that's when the trend has completely changed. All right, so as a trader, we're looking for price to come back down to these low risk levels, and if we get a bounce and we get a confirmation, we're looking to take this market to the long side again. All right, so that's what we're looking at for the NDX. Let's jump over Dow Jones. What is the price structure that we're seeing right here on the Dow Jones, guys? Dow Jones, very nice uptrend. We talked about that last video. Price has now started to change and started to move in a horizontal pattern. So as it is right now, what are we seeing? This is the resistance. So roughly the 35,000 level is a very strong resistance for the Dow Jones, right? We've also seen where into the 33,500. This is the level that is really holding as support for the Dow Jones. So as it is right now, we're sitting into the resistance area, with a flat top. So this market started to flatten out, and we had a very strong sell-off on Friday, pushing it down into the 20 EMA. I want to see basically if this thing is going to break down and come back down into the support, or it's going to come back to the 50 EMA, and then from here we get a next leg up, which would break it out of this horizontal price action or pattern that it's currently in, and we start to get another move to the upside. That's what I'm looking at. Short term, I do feel like it's risky, to be holding Dow stocks right now. We're gonna quick pop over. It's a little bit risky to be holding some of these stocks that have run to their all-time high. So specifically, it's time to trim some of this stuff. As it comes back down, we will catch some of those trades again back to the upside. This week, one of the main things that I wanted to look at, guys, is really the IWM, because last week we talked about this pattern, right? This is like a pattern where price is moving up, but we have a horizontal resistance. So it's a wedge pattern moving up tightly a little bit, but now we're starting to pull back down and we're moving to the downside. What I'm looking for though is, can this market continue to defend this horizontal support level? With Friday's close, I'm not so sure, guys. I'm not really sure where is this thing going to go from here. Are we going to break down below this support and we continue to push to the downside, or we going to get a bounce right at the support, just like we did here, like we did here, like we did here, and like we did right here, and then we get a move back to the upside? This is critical because right here, right now, I'm looking at stuff like, Triple D, guys. These stocks, had a very nice retracement. So price sold off, and then this thing retraced back to the 60% level, and here it is getting pounded down. How far down is it gonna go? Well, I'm not sure yet. We still gotta watch this thing and see until we get some stabilization, or what does the overall index, as far as the IWM, which is the Russell 2000, what does that thing do? Does the index break down and go south? Well, if the index break down and go south, we cannot look to initiate any form of long position on these short-term small cap stocks as yet. Another small cap stock that I'm actually looking at, which I did like this one for the long, price came down, very nice move to the downside. We had a nice move to the upside, pull back. I thought that this was just a short-term pullback and we would somehow start to move the next leg to the upside. But I'm also looking at this in the sense that, boom, 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 boom. Is this a short-term, head and shoulders pattern that is going to take this thing back down to the downside? So with this market right here, right now, guys, we have to be a little bit careful. We need some more information. We need a couple more days to see where is this market really gonna go before we start going back in. Another stock that I want to bring to your attention is Etsy. I'm liking this setup that I'm seeing right here, guys. Price run up, pull back down, build a base, then price break out. So what I'm looking at is, here we have a very nice triangular pattern. Price broke out of the triangular pattern, and now we got a pullback. So we can see that this is a support level right here. Is this level going to hold and we get a next leg move to the upside? I'm watching Etsy very closely in anticipation of that. I don't know if this thing is going to continue selling off, but from this pattern right here, this is a bull flag pattern, guys. We just need to get the breakout to the upside to get the confirmation, and then we can use this move from around 166 to 200 to anticipate a potential 40-point move to the upside from where it's currently at right now. So 185 plus 40, we're looking at a move to around the 225 level on Etsy. All right, So guys, this is my weekly outlook. This is how I'm looking at price action for this upcoming week. So just be careful, guys. The market is pulling back right now. Don't be going long as the market pulls back. We have to see a stabilization and then a bounce before we can run out and start buying to the long side again. All right, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. It does help us out, and I look forward to see you in my next video.